Hello friend, and welcome to the slowest sim driving channel on YouTube. You join us for round one of the Racing Rival Suzuki Super Sprint. This was a very small turnout for the first round, unfortunately. As you can see, we've got a Suzuki Swift as well, which is, well, that's Fat Cat Gaming all over. But John Boy leading us away. There's a grandpa in second and an Ollie in third, and we've got a car out wide. Oh, and that's the grass, that's the barrier, and that is Ollie through into second. So Ollie capitalising straight away. And can Ollie catch up with John Boy? This a technical circuit, so there's so few corners on it. The corners that are on it are quite quick, and of course the cars themselves are a little bit tricky to drive. These Suzukis, when you get it right, oh, it feels so good. When you get it wrong, it goes so wrong. So John Boy scampering away in the lead. It's about a 10-minute race, 8 laps. Can Ollie make up that distance in those 8 laps? Take the first victory. The way the Super Sprint series works is it's a series of sessions. Each session has 3 races. There are 2 regular races and then a hazard race, which is worth double points, and all the points are added up at the end of the season and a winner is declared. So moving forward to lap 4, and it's almost status quo. John Boy really pulling away a very dominant lead, and we've got a yellow flag up ahead briefly, presumably for the back marker of Fat Cat Gaming. As you can see by the mini-map, though, the Grandpa Mobile is closing in, and it's closing in quite fast. I don't know whether that's because of Ollie falling back or because of Grandpa going faster, but Ollie loses the back end, keeps it in the right direction, but he's lost a chunk of time, and he's about to come under pressure from that red and white machine there. So Ollie, all of a sudden putting himself into trouble. He's going to have to really push now to get away from Grandpa, who has the slipstream on to the main straight. These cars do slipstream very well. And here we go. Is this going to be a move for second place? Remember, every position in this series is going to count because it's cumulative points. So every overtake matters. No, Ollie carries enough speed into there to protect himself. We'll see a good first corner. But will Grandpa continue to badger the black Suzuki there of Ollie? The car wasn't black on the day, but unfortunately the replay hasn't loaded in the livery, so that's a real shame. The car did look great. Never mind, moving on, getting past the Suzuki Swift back marker, which is of course supposed to be a Suzuki VGT, but that's life. And well, it's looking hazy. Don't worry, it's not going to rain. The weather is very much preset for these events. But this is close, this is dicey. Second place is not set in stone yet, although first place I think is, because John Boy is just gone. He's lapping 3 seconds a lap faster than these 2 drivers, so he's definitely got his Weetabix. Or what other generic wheat cereal you want. Yeah, I don't want to get into trouble with anybody, especially YouTube. Anyway, the start of lap 6. We're counting down the laps now. Ollie and Grandpa still side by side, almost. Nose to tail, almost. Oh, Ollie, very leery into the first corner there. Just didn't quite get the braking right. And that's going to allow Grandpa to get right on that rear bumper. And this is another challenge incoming, surely. Grandpa trying to go tight. Ollie out wide. Don't think there's any contact. 2 keep going, and that's Ollie down to third now. So Grandpa's made that move and made it stick, but can Ollie come back? Ollie does really well in these Suzukis. So definitely think he's got the pace. Is he looking for the move? Absolutely sends it into that sharp corner. But Grandpa's got the inside for the next corner, so that position could be lost again, or will it? Lots of space being given. The 2 cars side by side. Oh no, Ollie is faster. So Ollie gets the second place back. Unfortunately, he's now got to contend with the main straight, which is where the slipstream is the mightiest. Slipstream is definitely king around this track. Is Grandpa going to be able to get past Ollie before that T1? Looks as though, yeah, going for the move, going for the inside. And that car is already ahead now before the first corner. So all Grandpa has to do is not mess up the first corner, and he's supposed to stay ahead. Both drivers making the corner, absolutely fine. Both of them out very wide, pushing very hard. not wishing to give an inch. Both of them very evenly matched at this point. Oh, what happened there? Ollie got out onto the grass. And then Grandpa got out onto the grass as well. So both of these drivers there making mistakes. Completely separate mistakes, accidents all of their own. But they've only got 1 and a bit laps left to sort this out. Ollie's got quite a gap to make up, but he has the advantage of the slipstream on the next straight, or the main straight, and that should put these two absolutely together at the start of the final lap. As I said, neither of them with any hope of catching John Boy. He's just a beast. So here we go. Final lap about to start for these two. Final lap started ages ago for John Boy. There you go. That is John Boy. I thought I'd be closer. The slipstream not quite as effective as he'd perhaps hope. Here we go. It's that fast sweeping left-hander for the last time. Not much in it. Anything can still happen. It only takes one mistake for the positions to change. John Boy just passing Fat Cat Gaming now into the final corner. These two battling it out all the way to the line. Ollie not giving up, giving it plenty. But the winner of the first race is going to be John Boy. And what a dominant win that was. Even sets fastest lap of the race on the final lap. Back to these two, not far left, and Ollie is right on that rear bumper. So is he going to send it? No, he's going to try and use the slipstream on the approach to the line. This could still be anybody's, although Ollie not quite getting the perfect exit from that corner. It's the run to the line now. With a yellow flag, just ignore it, it shouldn't be there. And I think this is over. Grandpa takes second, Ollie takes third. Fantastic first round. Round 2 takes us to Watkins Glen Short. We've got John Boy and Paul, Grandpa second. Unicorn has joined us in third. Hey Unicorn. Ollie in fourth, and Fat Cat Gaming in his Suzuki Swift starting at the back, and Grandpa there with a fabulous start. Hoofs into the first corner, but John Boy sweeps around the outside, far more confident. And we are on for 8 laps of Watkins Glen Short. At the back here we've got Ollie challenging Unicorn. Unicorn about to make a move with the inside of Grandpa. Fantastic, well driven. That's a very brave place to make a pass. Grandpa there, obviously not expecting that move to come, but it did. So, what's going to happen? Is Unicorn going to have to keep pace with John Boy? We know that Unicorn can be very fast. Oh, we've got a car off. That's a Grandpa off. Oh, and Ollie's hit him. Not on purpose, obviously, but Grandpa was just in the way. So, we're going to let Ollie pass, as should be. Let's take a look at the front, where Unicorn is catching up with John Boy. We have a challenge for the lead. Unicorn obviously late for this race, so didn't take part in the first one. That's okay. It looks like they're about to try and make up for lost time. Is Unicorn going to bide their time for a particular opportunity, or are they going to take any move they can get? Well, that's assuming they can get close enough, of course. Heading up towards that bus stop style chicane, and this is where Unicorn's very fast in the first lap, very fast again on this lap. Right with John Boy, but can't make the move. John Boy's just a little too far ahead. But it does look like John Boy under real pressure now. Not much happening at the back, still Ollie and Grandpa as they were. These two battling it out like titans. I think John Boy just can't break that toe. He's going to have to put up with 8 laps of being buzzed by a Unicorn. And is Unicorn just learning where John Boy is slowest? Well, it's a very high-speed game of chess if that's what's happening. John Boy's had the fastest lap, it's a 1:12. It's a good lap, good time in these Suzukis. They're not the fastest cars in the stable. by any stretch. I think John Boy now begins to pull away from Unicorn. There's a definite gap building there. Well, once again, John Boy dominating the race. Unicorn just kept him in sight, but couldn't keep up. So what a fantastic performance by John Boy in the Suzukis. Comes around the last corner to cross the line, take the win in race 2. Unicorn there, going to be second. Back a little bit further, and the podium is completed by Ollie, who had a great run in this race. Grandpa didn't. This was a shocking run, way back there in 4th. But every point matters. There's a few more sessions yet. John Boy taking 2 wins before the first hazard race. And that's coming up next. The Session 1 hazard race takes place at Tsukuba, and it's a wet Tsukuba. The windscreen wipers are going. Now the cars are going. John Boy leads us away for the final race of the first session. Ollie moving to the inside of Grandpa. Oh, that was a very opportunistic move, and he pulls it off. Wow, what a move, Ollie. Unicorn about to try and follow him through, but I think the track is blocked by those 2 cars being side by side. Unicorn and Grandpa now side by side. Can't quite. Oh, there we go. That's the right camera. So Unicorn there going around the outside of Grandpa as well. So an awful first couple of corners there for the Grandpa mobile. Great couple of corners for John Boy, because he'd got no competition there whatsoever. Everybody else just squabbled it out. I do feel kind of bad that the upholstery in these cars is getting wet, but there we go. That's the way it happens. Unicorn all over the back of Ollie. I think Unicorn's going to want to try and get off after John Boy, because you never know what can happen in the wet. So Unicorn pushing Ollie. We're going to see him move into the first corner. Grandpa already getting dropped. What have we got? No, nothing doing into the first corner. Unicorn clearly very menacing behind Ollie there. And is this a move? Oh, no, can't get through there. Ollie putting his car just where it needs to be. Oh, he's got that corner all wrong. He's out wide. Unicorn sees the opportunity and moves into second place. So I don't know if that was an unforced error, but perhaps Ollie just feeling the pressure a little bit there from the purple machine behind him. Now, can Unicorn do anything about the spectre of John Boy up ahead? Well over halfway now, and the rain is falling faster, harder, heavier, and it looks as though John Boy out there is struggling for traction. In fact, Ollie is now starting to reel in Unicorn as well, I think. So everybody's suddenly struggling for grip. You can see Unicorn's car there sliding on all 4 wheels, and you can even hear the rain coming down harder. These 3 cars starting to bunch up. I just feel like perhaps John Boy suddenly out of his depth a little bit. Oh, up onto the curb. We do not want to be accelerating on the curb. There's no grip there when it's wet. Are they getting dropped a little bit? He's struggled a bit there, but Unicorn is back in the game. Look at Unicorn beginning to hassle John Boy now as they approach the start of the penultimate lap. It could be Unicorn that walks away with double points for the win, and that would bring them back into contention. Oh, so close, getting that slipstream. John Boy out very wide, a little bit sideways. Has Unicorn got better momentum? It looks like it. Having a look into the first corner. Oh, John Boy out wide. Unicorn slips underneath. He's going to go side by side because Unicorn is spinning those tyres. John Boy just getting ahead there. Oh, the rain absolutely siling it down now. They're going to have so little grip. John Boy out wide. Unicorn just slows down a little bit so they don't hit John Boy. Great respect, great driving. We love to see it. If you want to get some respect for racing in, head down to the link in the description for the Discord. Come and race with us. We'd love to have you. Going to the hairpin for the penultimate time. And that is it. If Unicorn's going to pull a trick out of their sleeve, it's got to be now. Got a slow moving Swift up ahead. Let's hope that Fat Cat Gaming gets out of the way of this battle, because it is going down to the wire. John Boy there out a little bit wide. Oh, you've got to dodge that Swift. That's definitely a hazard. Unicorn a little slow through there. It's the final lap. Oh, Unicorn out very wide. It's fine. It's fine. Gathers it up. John Boy was also out very wide. So these two, once again, nose to tail. Unicorn sets up a very wide line. Trying to go tight. John Boy sticks the car right in the middle of the corner. Nothing that Unicorn could have done about that. Here we go. Look at them drifting. This is a drift circuit after all. Oh, Unicorn out very wide. So brave. So determined. Through the hairpin for the final time. There's only the runs to finish line now. And that wide sweeping right-hander where you really can't overtake. Unicorn's going to have to try and force John Boy to just overcook it in this last corner. That's going to be the only hope. I don't think it's going to happen. John Boy in the rain seems to have this all covered. Unicorn sideways and second. Ollie kept up tremendously in third. Grandpa just having a bath. Never mind. Well, thanks for joining us for this race. I hope you join us next time when there's going to be more Suzuki action. Oh. Until then, I want to say a big thank you to our channel sponsor, Button Bashers, for PCs, consoles, games and accessories. Thanks to our Patreon. The way they care for the channel is just beautiful. And of course, thanks to our Discord for taking part in these events. Until next time, be good to yourselves, be good to those around you. Bye bye for now.